Happening today, the city of Chicago is taking the next steps in what could be a one-of-a-kind program. It's called One System Initiative, and it essentially would combine the homeless and a migrant shelter and all of those services under one unit. It comes as the city announced it will be closing 3 new arrival shelters next month due to less migrants needing housing. Right now, the city has more than 5,000 migrants living in 17 shelters across the city. The new project sparking both hope but also some concern. Here to talk more about the initiative, Chicago Alderman Raymond Lopez. Sir, thank you as always for joining us. Tell me more about One System Initiative, how it came about and how it will work to meet this challenge.
Well, previously, before the migrant crisis came to Chicago's backyard, there was a very disconnected service safety net when it came to dealing with the homeless in the city of Chicago. You had different agencies, different not-for-profits, all working somewhat separately, but somewhat tethered together. And it was a very disjointed system. And then when all of the migrants started arriving, we really started to see where all the pitfalls were in terms of how do you coordinate service to individuals, especially when you have thousands of individuals who needed beds. As we've seen the migrant crisis, the migrant population decrease over the past few months, we're not having the opportunity to try to refocus some of that energy to having a unified system where we can actually help people who want shelter and find more permanent housing for those who are able to get onto that path. My concern, though, is that we've seen very limited oversight of the shelter system as it has been with the migrants by city council, and a reluctance by this administration to share details. And that's not the best foot moving forward when you're trying to showcase what is possible under a unified system.
Is that lack of oversight a resource issue, or is it something else?
I think it's a political issue, to be perfectly honest with you. I think that the mayor has an addiction to supporting the not-for-profit complex that exists here in the city of Chicago. Not-for-profit organizations have become the newest source of patronage in the city of Chicago, replacing the old machine. And this is a multi-million-dollar operation that we have here in the city of Chicago, where we have seen over $600 million committed just for migrants alone. And if that money is going to transfer over to addressing homelessness and housing insecurity, I'd like to know where that money is being spent. What are the margins for the organizations that are taking our money? And more specifically, what are the live outcomes that we can expect to see? And how do we rate and hold those organizations accountable if they miss the mark? And that has not been our strong suit, whether it's in anti-violence money or now in homeless prevention.
Is this a model that has been replicated elsewhere that we can see if and how it works?
I think that this is going to be a very unique situation where the city of Chicago is basically doing a public-private partnership, but then in turn turning it over to the not-for-profits to manage almost entirely and exclusively. So we're going to see how this works, which is all the more reason why, as this is a new approach for our city, oversight and coordination is a must, and to ensure that there are no cracks upon which our money falls through, and that we're able to actually help people break this cycle. We do not need to perpetuate homelessness. We need to end it. And that should be our goal, to ensure that the live outcomes end homelessness and not just force people to remain in the system so that we can keep feeding into a not-for-profit complex that needs those participants every day.
Yeah, the One System Initiative. Raymond Lopez, Alderman with the 15th Ward of Chicago. Thanks for explaining it to us this morning. Appreciate your time, sir. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.